Welcome to another episode of Tras Puertas Cerradas. Today we bring you a special episode with a roleplay when we are going to perform a conversation with the incredible activist and actress Salma Hayek. Our participants are Eric as reporter, Kenneth as citizen witness named Oscar, Leslie as Salma Hayek, and myself, Emil, as the podcast host. Together, we will explore her journey, her achievements, and her fight for social justice. Bienvenidos a otro episodio de Tras Puertas Cerradas. Hoy les traemos un episodio especial con un juego de roles donde interpretamos una conversación con la increíble activista y actriz Salma Hayek. Nuestros participantes son Eric como reportero, Kenneth como un testigo ciudadano llamado Oscar, Leslie como Salma Hayek y yo, Emil, como presentador del podcast. Acompáñenos a explorar su trayectoria, sus logros y su lucha que ha traído una evolución con la justicia utilizando su fama.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are honored to talk about Salma Hayek, a Mexican-born actress, producer, and activist. She is not only famous for her work in Hollywood, but also for her dedication to humanitarian causes. Salma has supported campaigns against domestic violence. She founded the Caring Foundation, and she works closely with UNICEF to protect women and children around the world. She believes that women's voices must be heard and that education and equal opportunities can change entire communities. Now, let's welcome her to our program.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here and share my history.
Salma, you are not only a brilliant actress, but also a strong activist. Could you tell us what inspired you to fight for women's rights and children's education?
Of course, I grew up in Mexico, and from an early age I saw many inequalities. I witnessed how women were silenced and how children, especially girls, didn't always have access to education. Later in my life, when I became successful in flying, I realized I had a platform. I want to use my voice to defend those who didn't have one. That is why I started to speak about domestic violence and women's empowerment and decided to create my own foundation to help others.
That is powerful. You have worked with organizations like UNICEF. Can you share on one of the most impactful experience you have had in this work? I mean, you have experienced a lot of cases, but what was the most impactful in your career?
Yes, I remember visiting a refugee camp and meeting young girls who had lost their families and homes. Despite their suffering, they still had dreams of becoming doctors, teachers, or artists. That moment reminded me that education and hope are the strongest weapons we have. It gives me more determination to continue my advocacy.
Well, this was interesting and difficult to hear. Now we are going to introduce one of the persons Salma Hayek has helped the most. Good afternoon, Oscar. How are you feeling today?
Hello, good evening. I'm happy to be here on this podcast, not only to share my special moment with all of you, but also because I have always wanted to share my own experience with the Caring Foundation. Because they have never give up and they always find a way to solve a bad situation.
I have here Oscar is one of the most benefit of the Caring Foundation, but can you share more with you about it?
I have been waiting for this moment all my life. In my community, many women have suffered from violence and they felt there was no one to help them. When Salma Hayek spoke publicly about these issues, it gave us hope. Her word made us believe that change was possible. She was so kind with our community and she always has helped us. She was the most amazing person my community could meet.
That is very moving. I knew Salma was amazing person about honesty. I never thought that caring was that good. Can you go deeper and talk about what happened in your community?
Well, a lot of things happened in there. A lot of families suffered from domestic abuse, and it was horrible to hear the fights between the families every day. I felt so uncomfortable in the place that I started to plan to get out of there.
So they were very dark times for your community. You sharing that give me goosebumps.
I agree with that. It gave me goosebumps too when I saw a family arguing too loud in front of me. It was unfair in my opinion because I was in the same room and they just started to argue.
Do you think Salma is one of your biggest inspiration?
I totally agree. She is a wonderful and amazing person. She has proved that there always exists a person with a good heart and good intentions. I love the way she helped my messed up community. Now it is a wonderful place to live. I'm always going to be thankful with her.
Thank, for, Thank you for that testimony. It's great to know that everything is going cool in your community. Salma, who do you feel when people say that your activism inspired them personally?
It's very humbling. I don't do this work to be admired. I do it because I believe in justice. But when someone tells me that my words or actions give me term courage, it gives me strength to continue.
What an inspiring conversation. We have learned today about Salma Hayek, journey as both an actress and activist, her fight for equality, and her determination to break vulnerable communities. To summarize for our Spanish-speaking audience, hoy escucharemos cómo Salma Hayek utiliza su fama para ayudar a mujeres y niños alrededor del mundo, y cómo su voz ha inspirado a muchos a no rendirse ante la justicia, y así como el entrevistado que tenemos hoy, hay muchas personas que se sienten inspirados por las acciones que ella tiene y toda la evolución que ha funcionado respecto a las cosas que ella hace.
Before we close, Salma, what message would you like to leave for young people who want to change the world?
My message is simple. Never underestimate your voice. Even if you think you are small, your actions matter. Stand up for what you believe in, support others, and never be afraid to dream big.
Thank you, Salma. And thank you everyone who joined us today. With this, we want to leave a reflection and show that we can help people with what we have and it already makes a difference. This has been Tras Puertas Cerradas. See you next time. Gracias, Alma, y gracias a todos los que nos acompañaron hoy. Con esto tratamos de crear una reflexión en las personas, mostrar que con una sola acción, no importando lo que nosotros tengamos, podemos hacer una diferencia. Esto fue Tras Puertas Cerradas. Nos vemos a la próxima.